Hello everyone. Do you feel lately that your strength isn't what it used to be? Your body feels a bit weaker, slower, tires more easily, and in your heart you start thinking, I guess I'm getting old, what can I do? If you've ever felt that way, please don't give up too quickly. As someone who accompanies you on this health journey, I want to share a different perspective. Getting old doesn't mean we have to accept weakness and stay still. It simply means our bodies are undergoing natural transitions over time, and what we need to do is learn how to love and care for ourselves gently, understanding our bodies better. Please don't leave just yet, because throughout this video, I will share some very important things, simple but often overlooked secrets to staying healthy as you age. And the wonderful thing is, you can start applying them today. If you find these insights helpful, I sincerely hope you'll take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Your support is a great motivation for me to continue providing valuable and meaningful content. If you find this video valuable, please like it or share it with family and friends. Who knows, someone out there might also need to hear these gentle words of encouragement and receive this useful knowledge. After watching, if today's content resonates with you, please leave the number 1 in the comments section. If you feel it wasn't quite what you were looking for, you can leave 0, so I know and can improve in future videos. Now let's begin. 1. Understanding what's happening. The culprit isn't age, but inactivity. When we talk about old age, many people often assume that it inevitably comes with aches, stiff joints, fatigue, and general weakening. But based on my experience, I want to assure you, that's not entirely true. These feelings, for the most part, don't directly stem from the number of years you've lived, but from another factor: lack of physical activity. The truth is, it's the habit of moving less and being less active that silently erodes our health over time. Age isn't the culprit making us tired. It's because we've stopped moving on our body's journey of motion. I have a story about Ms. Danny, a typical case. Before, she also thought that being old meant she should just rest to feel better. She started sitting more, spending less time walking or doing household chores. And gradually, little by little, her former energy slowly disappeared. Her muscles weakened, joints became stiff, and even simple tasks like getting up from a chair or walking to the kitchen became difficult and tiring. Each step felt heavy, and each day seemed more exhausting than the last. But then one day, Ms. Danny realized she couldn't just accept this weakening. She understood that she had the right and the ability to change. And as soon as she took the first steps to reclaim her health, her life seemed to light up again. It wasn't easy at first, but every small effort brought a worthy result. There's a simple truth we sometimes forget: the human body was created to move. When we stop moving, the body begins a silent journey of decline. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and the vital energy drains away day by day. It's not the years that make us weak, but the stillness, the inactivity that wears the body down. Try picturing a motorcycle left unused for a long time, gathering dust in a corner. The engine rusts, the tires deflate, the battery dies. Our bodies are similar. But the miracle is, as soon as we start moving again, the body, like that motorcycle, begins to revive. Muscles respond, joints become more flexible, and energy gradually returns. Movement is truly a wondrous medicine for both body and soul. You don't need to start with grand gestures. The real power lies in small, persistent steps. If walking long distances feels daunting, start by walking around the house a few times each morning. Before getting out of bed, try stretching your limbs gently. That alone is enough to make your body feel lighter. If climbing stairs is difficult, practice stepping up and down a small step each day. These simple movements, though seemingly minor, accumulate over time, and their power is greater than we imagine. Ms. Danny's journey didn't begin with going to a gym or engaging in strenuous workouts. She simply started with 5 minutes of walking each day. Just 5 minutes, and the results were surprising. Her legs gradually became stronger, her balance improved, and most importantly, she felt more confident and cheerful. I hope you'll remember this. Just 5 minutes a day can be the starting point for a great transformation. No matter how old you are, your body still has an extraordinary capacity for recovery. It's never too late to reclaim strength, flexibility, and the joy of moving. Our bodies have remarkable potential for recovery. We just need to give them a chance to move. Movement isn't something optional, especially when we want to maintain independence and autonomy in life. It's essential, the thread connecting a healthy body and a clear mind. 2. Fatigue is not fate. Let's re-examine our lifestyle habits. One of the common feelings in older age is persistent, unending fatigue. That feeling where you wake up in the morning, and instead of feeling refreshed, you feel heavy and sluggish. By mid-morning, you already want to lie down, and even though you haven't done much all day, your body feels like it's carrying heavy stones with every step. Many people often think, well, I'm old, that's just how it is. But I want to state this clearly to you. Fatigue is not the destiny of old age. Very often, that tiredness doesn't come from age itself, but from lifestyle habits that aren't truly healthy, habits that don't suit a body that is undergoing transitions. Like Ms. Danny before, she used to think her constant tiredness was due to old age. But in reality, it wasn't that simple. She often had irregular sleep patterns, didn't drink enough water, and was almost completely inactive. These seemingly small things were silently draining her energy each day. The good news is, these habits can absolutely be changed, no matter what age you are. We can start with very simple things. Have you been drinking enough water? A dehydrated body will quickly become exhausted, even if you're unaware. Are you sleeping well? If you wake up tired every morning, your sleep quality might not be good. Poor sleep leads to cloudy memory, a heavy mood, and the body simply lacks the energy for a new day. And, importantly, are you moving enough? It sounds counterintuitive, but the less you move, the more tired your body becomes. Conversely, just a little movement can instantly awaken the body, making it feel vibrant and energetic. Ms. Danny bravely looked inward, and when she made changes, the results were astonishing. She started drinking enough water every day, and almost immediately, she felt more alert and lighter. Then she began prioritizing her sleep, going to bed earlier, sleeping more deeply, and waking up each morning with enthusiasm instead of sighing with tiredness. She no longer dragged herself through the day, but lived each hour with alertness and joy. One thing Ms. Danny realized after all this, it wasn't age that slowed her down, but the health-eroding habits she had lived with for so many years. Fatigue is not fate, it's a consequence of lifestyle. And when we change that lifestyle, miracles can happen. By adjusting just a few small things, you'll see a noticeable improvement in your health within just a few days. If you are still listening and find what I'm sharing helpful, please leave the number 1 below, so I know you're still accompanying me on this journey. Because this journey isn't just about walking or drinking enough water. It's a journey to reclaim control of one's life, a journey to reclaim the vitality, joy, and energy we deserve, regardless of age. Old age does not equate to fatigue, weakness, or giving up. Old age can be a beautiful phase when we step out of old habits, reawaken the body, and discover the magical source of energy that is still waiting within us. Believe that the person you will become in the future will be grateful for the small changes you start today. 3. The power of mindset. How you view aging shapes your experience. If there's a clear distinction between those who age gracefully, with strength and joy, and those who gradually succumb to giving up, it is the power of mindset, the way you perceive old age. That very perspective will determine how you experience this phase of life. When you embrace old age as a natural stage, as an opportunity to care for yourself more deeply, more kindly, everything will begin to change. Conversely, if you view old age as an end, an inevitable decline, that very mindset will become the greatest barrier. Ms. Land's story is an inspiring testament to this. For many years, she lived within limiting beliefs. I'm old now, that's it. I'm too old to exercise. It's too late to start over. These thoughts were like invisible ropes tying her down in a cramped box of helplessness and resignation. But then, when she dared to challenge those very beliefs, a new door opened. Ms. Land began to see old age not as a barrier, but as a precious opportunity. An opportunity to care for herself more kindly, to regain mastery over her body, and to grow, both physically and mentally. And as that mindset shifted, her body responded with miraculous changes. Dear Sir/Madam, you are not defined by the number on your birth certificate or the candles on your birthday cake. You are defined by how you choose to live each day, how you perceive your own capabilities. This is not just about feeling healthy, but about believing that you can feel healthy, believing that you can change. If you keep telling yourself, I'm old, I can't get better anymore, then your body will reflect exactly that. But if you believe that change is always possible, that the years ahead are still very much worth living and full of meaning, then you will also prove that to be true. You have the power to change your life, no matter what age you are. The choice is in your hands, and I hope that today you will choose to take action. Life is beautiful because it's never too late to start living the way you desire. And here is my message to you. Start right now. Do something, however small, that moves you a little outside your comfort zone. It could be drinking an extra glass of water, stretching in the morning, or simply standing up and walking around the room. It doesn't matter if the action is big or small. What matters is starting. Because every small step today is a valuable investment in tomorrow's health and joy. And one day, when you look back, you will thank yourself for not waiting. Your future will respond with new vitality, with the flexibility you once thought you had lost. This is just the beginning of your journey. In the next section, I will share with you a crucial but often overlooked factor, one that profoundly impacts the health and recovery ability of older adults. Keep accompanying me. You don't want to miss this. 4. Sleep, the often overlooked foundation of recovery. Despite being determined not to let age deter her, Ms. Danny's journey still had its challenges. She started walking more, drinking water consistently, and paying attention to her sleep each night. But then there were mornings when she still woke up feeling heavy, as if her body had been depleted of energy during the night. There were days when her legs felt like lead, she didn't want to get out of bed, and that familiar fatigue still crept back in the afternoon, despite all her efforts. She felt disappointed. She thought, I've done everything right, why is it still like this? Why wasn't Miss Danny feeling better as she had hoped? She had changed so many things from walking and drinking water to trying to get enough sleep, yet her body still felt exhausted. And then she suddenly realized something, a truth that had always been right before her eyes, but she hadn't paid attention to: sleep. Yes, this seemingly simple thing held the key to so many health issues, especially as we age. Most of us don't realize how profoundly sleep affects overall health. It doesn't just influence energy levels, it also impacts mood, memory, and even daily physical function. Sleep isn't just a time for the body to rest passively. It's a period for the body to actively recover, heal, and regenerate. Every night in silence, your body works tirelessly, repairing muscles, replenishing energy, clearing the brain, and repairing individual cells. But if sleep isn't deep enough or is interrupted, this process won't be completed, and your body won't have the opportunity to recover as it needs to. Ms. Danny learned that lesson from her own experience. It wasn't old age making her tired, but her body operating in a state of insufficient nourishment and recovery due to poor quality sleep. Have you ever felt this way? Waking up in the middle of the night, tossing and turning, unable to fall back asleep? Or perhaps even after getting enough hours, you still feel sluggish and groggy when you wake up? You think, it must be old age. But I am here to tell you, you can take control of your sleep. You are not helpless, and it is not too late to improve. So what did Ms. Danny do to change her sleep? It turns out the things she did were very simple, yet incredibly effective. First, she established a consistent sleep schedule and stuck to it every day, going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time. It sounds simple, but the human body craves stability, especially its biological clock. Second, she set up a relaxing pre-sleep ritual, turning off all electronic devices early, dimming the lights in the room, and taking a gentle warm bath to calm her mind. Finally, she turned her bedroom into a truly peaceful and completely dark place. No more TV noise, no blue light from devices, just silence, and a space inviting sleep to come gently. After just 1 week of applying these changes, Ms. Danny started feeling significantly different. She woke up more alert, felt lighter, and the source of energy she thought was gone forever began to return. I want to emphasize this to you. Deep and restorative sleep is the solid foundation of overall health, especially as we age. Don't let those sleepless nights silently steal your vitality. Try these small changes in your sleep habits, and I believe that in just a short time, you will feel the difference. Your body, your mind, and your spirit will thank you for it. If you found this section about sleep helpful, please leave the number 2 in the comments below so I know you're still following along with me. 5. The silent danger. The harmful effects of sitting too much. Ms. Danny's journey didn't stop there. Although she was sleeping better and feeling healthier, she still faced a silent danger that many of us easily overlook. Sitting too much. Yes, that seemingly harmless action is a quiet yet dangerous trap for health, especially as we get older. If I were to ask you, how many hours do you sit each day? How would you answer? 3 hours? 5 hours? Now, try doubling that number. The truth is, we are sitting much more than we think. Sitting when eating, sitting when watching TV, sitting when scrolling on our phones, sitting when resting, sitting when talking. Gradually, sitting becomes the default state in daily life. Ms. Danny also used to think that walking around the house a few times was enough. But when she started objectively tracking her daily activity, she was startled. Every day, she was sitting for over 8 hours. And it was at that moment that she truly understood the problem. The more you sit, the harder it becomes to stand up. This isn't just a temporary feeling of heaviness. It's a real decline in bodily function. Prolonged sitting reduces blood circulation, weakens muscles, and makes the spine and joints less flexible. And over time, things that seem simple, like getting up from a chair, climbing a few stairs, or walking across a room, become difficult and pose a greater risk. Ms. Danny didn't want to accept that, and I believe you don't either. So what did she do to change? First, she decided to stand up every hour. Even if she had to set an alarm to remind her, just standing up, stretching, and gently moving her back was a meaningful action, breaking the cycle of continuous sitting. Second, she cleverly integrated movement into everyday tasks. Brushing her teeth while lightly marching in place, walking back and forth in the room while on the phone, sitting and stretching her legs, or rotating her wrists and ankles while watching TV. And finally, she made movement a lifestyle habit, without needing anything grand. It was simply parking a little farther away when going out, taking the stairs instead of the elevator when possible, or simply dancing lightly to a favorite song in the kitchen. After just a few weeks, her body began to change noticeably. Her legs felt lighter, her joints were less stiff, and she no longer felt trapped in a rigid body. Let me be clear about this. Movement is the strongest weapon against aging and weakening. The more you sit still, the faster your body weakens. But as long as you start today, even with just a few small steps, your body will respond with a rejuvenation you couldn't have imagined. Stand up, take a step today, move a little more than yesterday, and then one day soon, you'll smile and thank yourself for not sitting still and letting age take its toll.